Hey guys, how we doing? Sorry for the quality of this video, but my Sony camera inadvertently ended up getting wet, and I think it might have gone kaput. So I'm back to my original still shot camera, my little Fuji, but we're going to work with what we got. So I got a bunch of parts in for the single cab that I ordered, and now the garage looks like a total bomb has gone off because I just have at her, and when you have at her, the pile of crap just kind of grows. So you can see all the bits and pieces kind of laying around. But here's what we got going on. We got the new clutch is on. This is the old setup, and that worked out well. It's like $101 for a clutch pressure plate, throwout bearing, the sleeve, and the pilot tool. The only thing I didn't like is they came with these little goofy horseshoe clips. And if you guys remember, on the 67 that fell apart on mine. So they also make that kind. Got a little spring to it. So I ordered 4 of those, and these 2 are going to go back in the 67 when I take it apart again. But that's what's on that clutch, so that should not be an issue. And again, I just ordered a bunch of bits and pieces for it. These are main seals. I got clutch cables, throttle cables for both the 67 and the 59. A seal for the engine bay, another seal for the engine bay. I'm not too concerned about those right now because it'll come apart again, but I want to get it so I can hop in it, turn the key, start the thing up, drive it in and out of the garage. So that's where our goal is. That right there is the pile of crap that was dug out of the inside of it. It's basically about 3 inches of tar that was on the bottom because the boots were leaking and the main seal was leaking, and of course it soaked everything underneath. It made a total mess. So we got all that kind of cleaned up as best I can with a parts washer and a brush, and just knocked all the crap off of it. That's the pan that's over there that was under there. And did our best to clean it up. Put new boot seals on it. I put a new trans seal in the center of it. New throwout bearing. Those are those new clips that are on there. Hopefully they work out well. And switched over to a 12-volt starter. The difference in the starter being it does have a different pilot shaft bushing in it, so I ordered one that was supposed to be the right one, and of course it wasn't. It fit the starter, but it was way too sloppy for the hole in here. So I did have the lathe, and I was able to whittle myself out a new one, and it took about 15-20 minutes, which was a very nice option to have at home. And so we got all that squared away, and you turn the key and the starter spins from the key, so it should be good as far as starting this thing up and being able to drive it. Again, it's a 6-volt transmission with a 12-volt motor going in it, so you can kind of see where I clearanced it a little bit, just going around. For the most part, it's just pretty much the bottom here is where it makes contact with it. And again, that's from turning the motor as you're putting it in, and that allowed me to show with the witness marks of where it was rubbing to get it to fit. So while I had the motor back out again, I figured I'd kind of give the body a little bit of loving. You guys can remember. I do, but the ass end of it was smashed in pretty bad. That had like a big cave in the middle of it from underneath, and then the whole back was probably pushed in about that far. So this side's already been worked out for the most part. Again, I'm not looking for perfection. I actually kind of prefer it to have a bunch of little dents in the history of it, because if you look at when everything's out of the bed of the truck, the inside of it is a pile of hamburger, and it just shows that it's been a work truck its whole life, with the drip and paint and everything that's all over it, so I don't want to lose any of that. So then I switched over to this side, and I'm still kind of working on it, but you can see it's starting to get back into shape. There's a port of power on the inside of it, kind of stretched across, doing its business to help push that wall out with a 2x6 in there to kind of help with supporting it while I tap on the outside just to kind of get her straight. And what else we got on this thing? I just took a little bit of time and I tacked, like some of the hinges weren't attached anymore. You can see this one's not attached. I'm not quite too concerned about that one, but this one was hanging, so I didn't want to lose the gate and cause it to have more damage, so I just tacked it back on. The front door was flapping in the front. This hinge was ripped out of it and seized, so I disconnected it, unseized that hinge, and got it to work, and I just kind of tacked it back in place for now just to hold it. I don't want to... Problem is, not that's a problem, is that once you start on that kind of thing, then you just start going and going and going. So I stop myself from starting to do all the metal work and getting all that done. To stay on the path of just kind of getting it up and running, like I said, because I have other work that I need to do. So I want to stick with that. I'll pull that dent out. Probably pull that dent out next. See how it goes? It just draws you in. So it's coming along pretty good. I should have the motor back in it today and have it up and running if I don't do too much metal work. There's the aftermath of making that bushing. As I said, it went quite well. It took about 15-20 minutes. And when you do a lot of welding, a lot of like tack welding, you tack, and which is what, when you're working with thin, rusty crap like this, that's pretty much what you're welding with. The welding helmets, this is a Chinese welding helmet, Harbor Freight jobber. This has got to be 15-20 years old at least. And it works. It does what it's supposed to do, kind of, sort of. I'm sure it's made in China, wherever. But, Chamelin. But the problem with it is the reaction time to how fast it switches to dark. And the problem with that is, if you're doing a lot of tacking, by the end of the day, it's like you stared at a welding light for 4 or 5 minutes with no protection, just because of all the added up exposure that you're getting on it. So I knew I was going to be getting into a lot of that, and it's something I needed to address anyway, because once you lose your eyes, it's kind of hard to get them back. So I went and I took the plunge, and this is what we took the plunge for. Oh yeah, we got ourselves a brand new Miller digital welding helmet. I don't know if you guys can see all the capacities that it can do. But it does have weld, cut, and grind modes on them, so you can kind of switch it to what you're doing, so you don't have to take your helmet off. So if you're using a plasma cutter, or if you're running a grinder from right after welding, the filter on it can be very light, so you can still see what you're doing and not go to blank. And the response time of this thing is very quick, and it's just a very nice welding helmet. So a little purchase on eBay, just a hair over $200, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to protect yourself, and it's well overdue. So I'm glad I got that and didn't procrastinate any longer. So kind of makes me looking forward to doing some welding on it. And what else I got? One last thing is I use, when I clean carburetors, and I'm jumping around, I use, I put it away already, one of the ultrasonic cleaners. I also have a homemade one that I have up here that works. But I've been using this ultrasonic cleaner from Harbor Freight, and I put the carburetor cleaner solution in it. And you buy the cans. Where is it? That stuff right there. And you buy that stuff, and it kind of goes and works pretty good, and it gums up after a while, and then you got to change it out. Some of the guys have been having luck using lemon juice, so I am going to refill it with the lemon juice and try running it in that and see how that does for cleaning carburetors too. The acid in it is supposed to help and not be as damaging, not be as unhealthy for you also. So I'm going to give that a spin. Actually, it wasn't all that expensive. I think the 2 bottles together was like $6, maybe $8 at like Sam's Club. So if that's the case, that thing has vibration and it has a heater in it. So with the lemon juice, it might make the garage smell nice. Well, guys, that's where we are for now. I am going to see if I can give her for today and get the motor back in and running and driving, so that I can get this out of my garage, because I have a transmission to do on a Jeep, like a 90s Jeep. So this has to get out of there. Alright guys, again, I'm done yapping. Thanks for watching. Take care. Remember how to shut this camera off.